And we will go into the warm-up. Let's turn on some music. I will most likely be shedding these pants in just a few minutes. All right, actually, let me pull up the workout. Okay, nice. All right, so first thing is we will be using a mat and a foam roller later because we'll be working on planking today, of course, at the end of the workout, even though I did not write that down. And then starting with the TRX in the door. We're gonna start with a back stretch today, so just using the TRX in a shortened position. We're gonna walk back, about the height of the chest. Feet are gonna go wide, pointing towards the door. And then you're just gonna slide your hips and butt back and let your back lengthen. You could always adjust your feet back if you needed to. So you're feeling a stretch in the back. You also feel this in the arms, in the legs. All right, just holding it there. We're gonna hold this stretch for about a minute. I'm gonna actually make this a little shorter. And then we'll give you some optional movements if you wanna add something on here. So wide stance, elbows straight, knees are straight. So even though this is for your back, I definitely feel this in my arms. And then what you're gonna do is we're gonna take the head and you're gonna look underneath the right armpit, shift your weight over more to one side, and then back to center, and then turn to the other side. It's not like twisting, but we're just shifting the weight a little bit. Relax the head down, and then you can break whenever you need to, because of course this is based on your grip strength. Ooh, waiting for that beep. I have it. There we go. All right, slowly come up. And we're gonna go right into T-spine rotation. So we're gonna take the foot straps in the outside hand. All right, we got another participant. Okay, so you're gonna take the TRX straps in the outside hand, your right foot and right shoulder are facing the door, facing the anchor, your left hand's holding the TRX, and then your right foot will step forward, your left foot will step back, pull the belly in, and then we're gonna lengthen that outside arm and then do a T-spine rotation where you're rotating away. Whew. And you're gonna try to look over your shoulder. And then whenever you come up slowly, and you're standing with the strap with tension, it's lined up with your collarbone, or maybe lined up a little bit more with your armpit. So let's try one more on this side, or just keep going on this side just for a few more seconds. Good morning, Katerina. Ooh, we're just warming up. Now, of course, you want a good grip on the floor with your feet. My feet are already sweaty, so it's perfect. All right, try the other side. So turning left side body to the anchor and door, left foot forward. You're on a balance beam. You can start with the grip. You're gripping the straps, and then extend, rotate, follow that hand with your eyes. And you should feel it all the way starting at that hip. Keep those legs fairly straight. Good. The other thing we want to do is we just want to make sure that shoulder is kind of depressed. It's not punching up here. Good. Try one or two more. Go at your own pace. And see if you can breathe. Good. So once you find the stretch, It's important that we're breathing a little bit slower. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, let's move on. Let's go into the hip hinge, hip hinge. So again, the TRX strap can stay shortened. You're gonna face the door, and we're going to straighten the arms, and so you're facing at the distance where your palms are about the height of your hips or belly. And we're gonna start in a wide stance again. We're gonna slide those hips back. The knees don't really bend, but they're a little soft. Arms are gonna extend forward towards the door. I'm practicing keeping my elbows straight here. And you are getting a stretch in the back of those legs. Keeping the heels down. And then try it with the feet closer together. So again, this one you can go repetitions, but I want you to pause for 2 seconds at the bottom. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2. So keeping the pace slow. Woo. Good. And when you're standing up, you're drawing the shoulder blades back and down. Okay, beautiful. And then our final warm-up mobility will be a squat row. Squat rows are awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to show you from the side. Feet about hip distance. You can externally rotate those toes out as long as they're even and equal. We are going to start with the feet almost right below your hands, and then we'll extend back as if we're going to row. It's 4 moves. Lower your butt down. Push your legs back up, and then row back to the start. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And practice pushing the knees out. Go ahead, join me here. Looking for pain-free movement. And of course, if you're bare feet, just wiggle out those toes, really spread the feet out here. And then what we're looking for is movement proficiency, just very smooth, controlled movements. Keep going there, keep going there. Good, I'm just gonna fix my angle here. More appropriate. Good, now you could also pause at the bottom of the squat. Maybe get a little bit of deep hip, knee bending, stretching down here. And then pushing back up through the feet, rowing back up to the top. And of course, if you have any limitations or restrictions in your range of motion, when you lower down, you just go to the point where you can go, and then you come back up. There is no forcing. We don't want to force anything. All right, done, 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 done. All right, so for today, that is our mobility warm-up. We just did 1 round of everything. We spent about 1 to 2 minutes on each drill. And so now we're gonna go into the main workout, which is unilateral exercises. So we're gonna treat every exercise as a superset. We're gonna be doing single leg exercises, single arm exercises, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. So a few things to pay attention to during the workout is you're not symmetrical. We're not perfectly symmetrical, so don't treat each side the same. And what I encourage you to do, if you're aware of it, is to actually do your non-dominant side first, and that way you're not gonna it'll be a little bit more, you'll have a little bit more energy and effort for that side if you start with it. Or, do the side that you have the most difficulty doing. So do that one first, and then save your stronger side for the second set. Okay, so you can grab some water. I'm gonna just set up the timer here. Okay, so here's how we're gonna do it today. We're gonna do 40 seconds on one exercise, and then you're gonna get 20 seconds to transition, which means for most of these, it's not a big transition because you're just gonna pick up the other foot, or there's not that much transitioning happening. But we're gonna do it 3 times in a row. And so we're really gonna be able to burn out and isolate that muscle group. And I'm also gonna show you the bilateral movements as well. So if you get on your second or even your third set and your legs are just like, no, we're not having this single leg work anymore, then you can go right into the the bilateral movement where you're using both legs. That's always your option. Okay, so we're gonna start with a single leg squat. You want your TRX shortened. All right, so let's start with bilateral. For bilateral, your feet will be roughly below your hips. We did this move in the warm-up. You can go a little bit wider and externally rotate your feet on the bilateral squat. Your elbows start directly underneath your shoulders. You're bending the knees, sitting back. You do want the heels to stay down, but the knees can also go forward as long as your heels are staying on the floor. And then single leg, feet together, elbows right below your shoulder. Pick up your stronger leg first, and it's the same thing. We're gonna bend the knees, sit back, and you're deciding how deep you go. You're gonna drive up through your foot. Let's try, for me it's my left side. Let's begin. 3, 2, 1, choose a side. All right, some tips on this one is to make sure the foot that's on the floor is lined up with your anchor point. And go super slow when you lower, and then use your TRX to stand up. That's the whole point. Or don't use the TRX to stand up. So you're the one loading the TRX. Inhale, exhale. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Whew. Okay, let's switch sides. Now, I don't know if you were counting, but try to keep the same number of reps on the other leg. Just shake it off for a minute. You have 10 seconds. Just roll up the shoulders. We're going to do the same thing on the other leg. 3, 2, 1, begin. And if you're not warmed up by the end of this first set, I mean, you should be fully warmed up after this set, for sure. Now, the range of motion in your squat is determined by hip mobility and ankle mobility. So if you're not getting down very low, it could be something to do with your hip or something to do with your ankle. All right, shake it off. All right, same thing, round 2. You got 20 seconds. All right, I'm going back to my first leg. Standing tall, chest open. 3, 2, 1, begin. And then the nice thing about these intervals is that you can take a break when you need to. These are your intervals. Whew. Looking for pain-free movement, lots of power, driving up. Nice. All right, shake it out. You got 20 seconds, 20 seconds. And then we're doing the other side. Whew. All right, standing tall, chest open, roll your shoulder blades back and down, and begin. Second leg, second round. And again, just notice the differences between the left and the right. And also focus on your alignment. That is the beauty of using the TRX. We don't have to be too as worried about balance. I'm looking down at my knee and my foot pretty much the whole time. All right, rest. All right, let's do one more round. And remember, you can go right into a squat whenever you need to here. It's always available to you. All right, back to your first leg. All right, begin. Whew. Practice pushing through your whole foot. You want equal weight in the balls of the feet and in your heel. You want equal weight on the outside edge as your heel and the balls of the foot. Whew, you got 8 seconds. Okay, beautiful. Rest for a few seconds, 20 seconds, and then we'll do your other leg. For me, that's my right. All right, don't forget about all the posture work we're doing in the upper body. So standing tall, chest is open, and begin. And you really want to be able to go very slow and smooth before you practice going fast, especially on the lower rim. Whew. Okay, beautiful. Okay, shake that off, shake that off. I think we're done. I mean, we're done with that one. We're done with that first one. All right, grab some water, and we'll get on to the next. Okay, awesome. Let's go into the next exercise, which is going to be upper body. We're going to do single arm row. This is my absolutely one of my favorite exercises, and we will play around with different variations of this. So I'm going to walk you through how to get into single hand mode with your TRX. So you're going to stand facing the anchor. I'm just going to go at an angle so you can see me better. And you're going to just separate your hands, and you're going to hold each handle in one hand. And I'm going to take this right handle, I'm going to thread it through the opposite triangle. So above the handle goes through. And then I'm just going to grab each handle again. This time, you know, the right handle in the right hand, left handle in the left hand, but they're already crisscrossed now. And then I do the exact same thing. My right hand is going to feed or thread the handle through the left triangle. Then I'm going to grab them again. And the left hand is now going to be the hand I hold. I'm going to let go of the right completely, and I'm going to pull it, like kind of really pull on it. And then what it should look like is a little mustache. The right handle should be kind of like a little mustache up on the top. All right, and so once we begin, we don't want to be grabbing that right handle at all. Make sure it's like, you know the difference between the two. Okay, so we're going to go single arm row. We're going to start with a non-rotation. So I'm going to start with my weaker arm. That means my left arm. I'm going to stand where my left foot, knee, hip, shoulder, left arm is lined up with the anchor. So I'm a little off center. I'm going to stand with a slightly wider than hip distance stance. Elbow is right below the shoulder. And then my right arm is going to actually reach up towards the anchor, but just parallel with it. And then I will slowly straighten that left arm. I'm gonna keep those shoulders square, chest open, hips square, and then I row up. So the anti-rotation is simply not letting the hips come out of alignment. And let's give it a try. Super slow, begin. So the elbow is back. Now we're not over, what I see a lot is over rowing. You just come to the point where there's tension, still tension when you come up. Now, how do you progress this exercise? Is you simply just walk your feet a little bit closer to the door with still maintaining the non-rotation. All right, now pause at the top, bring your weight into your feet, and then all you're gonna do is switch the handle and then step over to the other side so that your right side is now lined up with everything, and we'll do the other side. So roll your shoulder blades back and down, keep that neck long, left arm reaches up, depending on which side you're doing, and begin. Give it a try. Good. If this is feeling too challenging, walk your feet back a little bit. You can always do, it's gonna shorten up your row. The row will not be as big the further back you take your feet. So just keep that in mind. That is perfectly fine though. I think one of the biggest challenges here is not collapsing your chest inward. Like really stick your chest out. Okay, rest. All right, roll up the shoulders. We're gonna do that again with some variation. And then of course I didn't show you the bilateral row, but we've all done the bilateral row. You have to twist your straps, handles. But you can always do a regular row here. Okay, now let's go back to that first side. This time you're gonna stand with the TRX right to your collarbone. And you're gonna take a wide stance and the TRX is centered. And take the right arm, you're gonna reach up. This time we're gonna rotate. I want you to rotate and then come on up and row. And you're kind of doing a little twist at the top too. See, I'm twisting my shoulders towards the wall. All right, continue. Round two. We're gonna do this for 2 rounds. Both of these are incredibly beneficial movements. Let's go 10 more seconds because we started a little bit late. Whew. Okay, rest. All right, let's rest for 10 seconds. Now this one you don't have to move anything, you just have to switch your hand. All right, begin. Yo, this one takes a little bit of room too. You need the clearance. I was getting a little close to the wall. All right, now always during a row, we're doing a plank. So keep the belly in. We do not want to get any hyperextension in that back. So when you rotate and move back, try not to arch your back too much. Keep it the same. Whew. Okay, rest. You got 20 seconds. We're going to do one more round. How we doing? Nice. All right, the camera's there, the screen is there. That's why I'm looking off center today. Let's get back to, you can decide which one you want to do. I'm going to do the rotational one. Back to that first arm, wide stance, and begin. Love the rotation here. Make sure you're hinging from the ankles and the feet, not the knees. The knees stay straight. All right, and then the timing for this is always reach and stretch, hold the stretch, hold that rotation, and then when you drive up, it's fast. It's like super powerful, like a shotgun. Okay, you got 20 seconds to rest. one of the benefits of getting that extension and reaching those arms as far apart as possible is a decompression through your shoulders. Amazing. Good, so good for you. Okay, wide stance. Last arm. Begin. And it's so easy to adjust this movement by just moving your feet forward or back. You always want to do that with tension on the TRX. Otherwise, you're going to be slipping and sliding the strap. Good. Inhale. Inhale when you reach. Exhale when you row. Done. All right, beautiful. Awesome job. Shake it off. Move those shoulders around a little bit. Moving on. We got this. All right, hinging. Oh, this is beautiful. All right, this is awesome. We're actually going to go back to lower body. And for the hinging, we're going to give you actually a little bit longer duration. We're going to do it for 45 seconds. And then we're only going to rest for like 10 seconds. All right, because we're starting in the same position and we don't really need a lot of transition time. Just enough time to maybe like shake out the legs and reset our posture. So hinging is, you're going to untwist out of that single hand mode. And we want shortened. We want the TRX shortened. I have mine extra short, but that's just because of how low my door is. So this one we did in the warm-up. Palms are flat on top of the handle. So I'm actually not even gripping the handle because a lot of what we need in our body is lengthening. We want extension. We don't want the joints to get kind of so tight. So I like to point my fingers towards the door. Chest is open, elbows are straight. And with this one, we're going to stand tall, hands about the height of your hips or belly. And we're going to reach one leg back. Whoop, and then come right back up. And we're going to try to stay on one leg the whole time. So you're going to alternate. You're not going to alternate. Otherwise, you can alternate or do a double hinge. Both legs. All right, let's do this. 3, 2, 1, begin. Single leg hinge. And with this one, I am going to throw in some variations. On the third round, we'll do a variation that you'll love / hate. Yeah, this is looking awesome. So single leg hinge, you're picking your weaker leg first. And because we have so much support from the TRX, I really focus on your alignment on this one. You want the hips to stay square. So as you tilt forward, your knee and your toes should be pointing down into the floor. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, rest. All right, shake it out. You got 10 seconds. You're now going to switch to your stronger leg or your dominant leg, however you want to do it. Okay, begin. So balance, chest is open. So I'm also keeping my chin tucked, so when I come down, I can actually look back and see my toes are pointing down towards the floor with my lifted leg. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Still a balance challenge for sure. We're looking for some stretch in your hamstring. Fully placing the weight in your foot too. So think about keeping the weight evenly distributed. Shake it off. Other side. So round 2, exactly the same. Exactly the same. 3, 2, 1, begin. Good. Pay attention to those differences between the right and the left. Don't try to make them the same. Treat them as they are. Good, and practice standing up tall in between each repetition. Yeah. In fact, you can do a high knee if you want to bring the knee up to the front. I love that move. It allows you to stand fully upright, and I'm just widening my arms so I'm not hitting my TRX. Okay, beautiful, shake it off. All right, second leg, second round. Add the high knee, add the high knee. Begin. Okay, the other thing I want you to think about with your alignment is keeping your left leg, well, whichever leg that's moving, keep that leg on the same side of your body. Don't let it cross to the other side. So when I'm doing my hinge, I'm not crossing it over to the right. Whew. Good, you're doing the high knee as an option. Okay, beautiful. All right, now watch. We're gonna do first leg. This is your option. This is a challenge. You're gonna do one hinge and then one single leg squat. So you stay on the same leg the whole time. One hinge, one squat. All right, begin if you want. We've already done single leg squats, so it's a little extra. Good, don't forget about your core. Pull that belly in. Whew. Okay, shake it out, shake it out. 10 seconds, other side. Choose your option here. Anything we've done, begin. Hinge. Now, when you do the hinge, you're reaching forward. When you do the squat, obviously your elbows are back underneath your shoulders. Whew. Control, control, control. Nice. 10 seconds. Whew. Awesome. Shake that off. We are done with the hinge. Good riddance. No, I'm just kidding. All right, we've got upper body. We're gonna go as long as you can possibly go with your TRX strap. So fully lengthened. We want all the length we can get. Now we're gonna do chest press. And of course the chest press will be it's a bilateral movement. So we'll be doing what I believe we did this variation last week. You're gonna be doing a chest press, which normally would be like this, but you're gonna be doing a one arm, shoulder extension at the same time. So, and we will alternate arms, all right, because you don't wanna overdo those shoulders. So I'm gonna actually switch the routine just a little bit here. So, oh yeah, that's what we're doing. We're doing a chest press with the alligator high-low pull. Okay, I love it. So, actually on the chest press, you don't even need to do the shoulder extension if you don't want. So, let's take the straps over your shoulders, facing away, arms are straight, holding the handles, pressing in, feet wide. So we're gonna go chest press like this, just regular chest press. And then we're gonna do the single arm and single arm work by rotating. And we're gonna do an alligator row, an alligator pull. You can keep the straps really long. I just need these to be short to show you. So an alligator pull is where you start, like, basically you're gonna mimic an alligator doing this. So your palms are facing together, handles are facing in, and then you're gonna get into a row like movement. We're gonna lift, so you're gonna pull down, one arm pulls down, one arm pulls up, and then you switch. One arm pulls up, one arm pulls down. Okay, so give yourself not too much. If you walk your feet too close to the door, you're not gonna be able to do it because you have to keep your elbows straight. Okay, let's start with the push-up. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, begin. Doing your chest press, regular chest press right here. Good. Belly in, chest open. You're kind of tucking those the tailbone under a little bit. You want the strap as long as it can lengthen here. You want all that distance, length. Beautiful. Woo. And of course, everyone's doing their own angle. Everyone has their own angle on it. And that's what makes it putting more weight into the chest or less weight into the arms and chest. Okay, rest. All right, now we will transition. You're just gonna turn around and we'll try it. Now the challenge with this one is you cannot bend your elbows. So make it too easy even. So start almost upright, palms in, and then open. Shut the alligator mouth, rotate, open, and shut. Good, keep going there. I'm just gonna do it from this angle. So one arm pulls down, one arm pulls up. Then you rotate in the center. Again, you don't have to make it hard, you just have to keep doing the reps. Doing the reps will make it harder. Whew. Good, beautiful, beautiful. Now, if you were bending your elbows, you're making it too hard. All right, back to the chest press. All right, we did. I think one of the best best tips I got for the TRX is, make it, we always want to make it so hard, but we have to do it easy before we can do it hard. And then once we give it a shot, like once we actually try it, we realize it is hard. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So this is a nice bilateral movement. So any of your imbalances are being evenly distributed through your body. Okay, rest and switch. Let's try alligator or crocodile. The crocodile row, crocodile pull. Okay, arms are straight, slight angle with the body, open and close, then rotate palms. Whew. So the whole time your palms are facing each other. And I just love the imagery on this one because you're literally opening. I feel like I'm about to stick my head in a big crocodile mouth. Yes, 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 yes. Good, good, good. Go a little bit slower, fix those arms so there's no elbows bending. Okay, rest, 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 rest. Good, good, good. All right, what do we have? One more round? Yes, one more round. So on this final round, we're all gonna shorten it for the crocodile one. Okay, begin. Go ahead. Nice and long for the push-ups, for the chest press. I want you to imagine you're punching something when you push up, like you're punching the floor. Beautiful, beautiful. We want pain-free movement here. Woo. 8 seconds. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Rest. All right, let's shorten that TRX for one final crocodile pull, or alligator pull, whatever I call it. Okay, so I'm almost standing upright. I want, yes, good. I love it, I love it. All right, when you're ready. All right, go ahead. We got 30 seconds here, that's fine, because it's a very small muscle group exercise. Nice. Whew. Whew. So you can go a little bit slower. Beautiful. Okay, done. Done. All right, we have one more superset, and then we'll go planks, and then we'll go cool down. Oh yeah, I actually do have, oh, I see what I have in there. I have the side planks standing. Oh, no, we got to do what's written. We don't need the foam roller after all. Cool, so we're just gonna do 2 more supersets. So just for the sake of time, this next one is going to be, we'll just go 2 rounds. And this is our opportunity to do some cross movement here. So this time we want to cross the body. We're gonna be doing a cross lunge. Okay, obviously you're pretending I'm holding on to the TRX. The other amazing thing you can do on the cross lunge, it's all about hip stability here and keeping that front foot aligned. You can float that leg, like you don't have to let it touch. Super challenging, very awesome. But we're gonna go 2 rounds here. So let's face your TRX. You want the straps to be mid-length. Well, I'm gonna keep them short so I don't run into anything. All right, and then the weaker foot should be in the front. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, go, begin. So you're just crossing the midline. Chest is open, tension on the TRX. It's a kind of like a curtsy, it's a curtsy. Whew. And if you can keep your toe pointed and just float it, that's even better. But that is not the expectation. The expectation is to control whatever variation you do. Five seconds. Whew. Okay, rest. 10 seconds to rest. And we'll just switch sides. 3, 2, 1. Good. So I'm just gonna focus on. Actually, I'm just gonna do the regular one first. All right. The alignment is with the front foot, the foot that's staying anchored and stable. You want your knee to roughly be over that foot the whole time. But this is a really great move for your hips because your hips are so mobile. They have so much range, capabilities. Okay, shake it off, rest. 10 seconds. So standing, facing the anchor, one more round on each leg. So this is where I recommend if you want to try the floating variation, give that a try. I'm gonna stay here because I can't float on my left leg. I want you to be your own coach here. If you watched yourself doing this workout, how would you coach yourself to get the best performance? Which means you're executing the exercise with a very high standard of movement. yes, yes. Woo. Okay, great. Shake it out, 10 seconds, other leg. So when it comes to unilateral work, go ahead, please start that second leg. When it comes to unilateral work, and you're noticing some strength imbalances, you do not want to overtrain the stronger side. So if you can do a harder version on your stronger leg, I actually recommend you don't do the harder version until you can do it with the other leg, with your weaker leg. Because the greater the imbalance between the left and the right, that is one of the main risks of injury. So if you're equally weak, that's great. If you're equally strong, that's great. But if it's a really significant difference, that's not good at all. Rest. Okay, let's grab your mat. We will use the foam roller to get down. Oh, sorry, no, I totally lied. We're not using the foam roller or the mat. We're doing standing. It is a plank though. I call it a standing plank. All right, hands on your head. You're holding the TRX straps. Cool, let me just adjust the angle real quick. These are awesome. I love these. Thank you, Lori. She reminded me of these. Super fun. All right, so you're standing sideways to the anchor. You're gripping the foot straps. The hand closest to the anchor is, holding them first. And then we are keeping the feet together. It's not a stagger here. You start completely upright, and then you're pulling on the TRX, and then you take your hip out, and then draw it back under, in alignment. All right, begin. I'm not sure which side to start with. I forget which side I'm weaker on. Now, you got to keep your hand connected to your head. Hand on your head, hands on your head, hands on your head. Do I sound like a broken record? Everyone pat yourself on the head with your hand. You should be messing up your own hair on this one. Okay, rest. All right, we got like 20 seconds. We're gonna switch sides. So round one, second side. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, begin. So pat yourself on the head, grip it, and then you're just doing a little dip. It's a dip. This is where you want to be, a dip. Woo. All right, this is my harder side, okay. Holy smokes. So keep your shoulders square, hips square, and then you're just sliding the hip away and then drawing it back under. Okay, turn around, other side. I fixed the timer, so it's now correct. All right. Now, of course, you're doing a lot of stabilization with the arms and the shoulders, your core, so begin, feet together. This is definitely still working your shoulders. Yikes. Yeah, this side is so much easier, it's crazy. Good, now imagine you're a slice of toast in a toaster. Pull the belly in, make sure you're staying side, like, just stay on your lined up side alignment. Okay, rest. Whew. All right, you're halfway. We got 3 more sets. Or we got 3 more intervals. We just got 1 more set after we finish up this second set. All right, begin. Yee! Yeehaw. Inhale. Exhale. How's your breathing? Inhale. Exhale. So hard. This is so hard. Good. And the reason why we want to keep the hands on top of the head is because if you're not careful, you're going to start moving too much with those arms. We don't want the arms really to be moving at all. Rest. Switch. All right, final round. Roll out your shoulders a bit. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. Hand on top of the head. Both hands. Begin. It literally looks like you're doing nothing, but we all know that's not true. It's so deceiving. Good, try to just use your abdominals, your core, not just your abdominals, but use your core to draw that hip back in versus using your shoulders. Try not to pull with the arms as much. Okay, rest and switch. I'm like giving myself a bruise on my head. All right, take a deep breath. Last set. Begin. Whew. Okay. All right, now see if you can open up the side of that rib cage a little bit more when you dip away. Whew. Lots of breathe stretching going on here. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Oh my word. Grab a sip of water. I am sweating. That was awesome. I love it that your refrigerator is right there. All right, so we'll go into a few stretches here. We got about 6 minutes left, so we'll do some stretching. Let me just set up the timer for the stretches. And we'll spend about a minute on each stretch. I might not go in the exact order on the paper or the sheet, that's okay. Okay, so let's start with the little back stretch, which is what we started with in the warm-up. This is where we have the TRX handles at the height of your chest. So pretty high, feet wide, and then we're gonna slide the hips and butt back. You're gonna feel a lengthening through your spine. We're pulling back through those hips. We're gonna hold it there. Let me just make sure I started the timer. Okay, I did start the timer. Good, 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 good. Good. Elbows are straight, knees are straight. And then you can begin to shift left to right. Or you can rotate. So you're gonna rotate, look underneath one armpit. So there's a shift and a rotation. Good, and just pull back. If you were to let go, you would fall right on your ass, right on your butt. All right, slowly come on up from there. Next one will be the chest stretch. Oh, this is great. So let's, you can go at least mid-length here. Grab your foot straps, rotate away. And we're gonna do a W and just press forward, press your hands into the straps. My thumb is under, my fingers are pointing up to the sky. Whew. Good, now take the arms out. Just reach the arms out, yeah. Roll your shoulder blades back and down, pull the belly in. And as long as you're pressing into those foot straps, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel something. slowly walk back. And do a little bit of the hip flexor stretch will be next. So we're gonna take the hands on the straps, but you're gonna start it like you're trapping your neck. Take the left leg step out, and then the right arm will reach up. We're gonna do a big front lunge, and then we're gonna tuck the tailbone under for a hip flexor stretch. So the biggest thing is just keeping the leg that's stepping forward, lunging forward. You're trying to keep your heel down. And I can actually rest down on the floor with my back knee. Oh my God, my arm feels, I look like Gumby here. All right, drive back up, let's switch sides. Right leg, lunge forward. Right arm reaches out to the side. So the left arm is reaching up over the head. And then see if you can scoot that tailbone under so you're on your back toes. The back heels are lifted. Heel. Whew. All right, you can come on up whenever you need to. It's a bit intense. It might be difficult to hold it. All right, and then we're gonna do the side-to-side post-hack lunge, which is just, it's where you're gonna take the widest stance you can possibly do, and you're gonna rotate your toes out, and then we're gonna sink over to one side. Oh, you can't even see me, that's great. So it's like an assisted, it's awesome. It's a nice assisted lunge with assistance from the TRX. So the widest stance you can make, elbows right below your shoulders. We're gonna sit down, try to keep the heel on the floor. You're gonna flex your opposite leg. The leg that is straight is flexed. And then you're gonna just push back. You can just push back and go over to the other side. See if you can flex the other foot. Now, if you want to challenge this, you kind of bring your torso over to the ball of the foot, but you'll still keep your heel down. Yeah, something like that. Yes, yes, yes. Really close to the floor on this one. Good. One more time, each side. Whew. All right, let's come on up. Whew. And we did it. We did it, we did it. So we got through, I don't know, like 6 different supersets, which was awesome. And definitely got that single arm, single leg working. So the takeaways for today is think of one of the imbalances you discovered or something that you were reminded of, and that should be a focus. And actually one of the best ways to correct imbalances is doing just what we did, doing unilateral work. That's what's gonna draw the strength of the weaker side up. And of course, don't overtrain the stronger side, do more on the weaker side. Good stuff.
Quick question.